Vanity working on a weak head produces every sort of mischief. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. Nothing is more deceitful than the appearance of humility. It is often only carelessness of opinion and sometimes an indirect boast. A person who can write a long letter with ease cannot write ill. For what do we live but to make sport for our neighbors and laugh at them in our turn? But people themselves alter so much that there is something new to be observed in them forever. I wish, as well as everybody else, to be perfectly happy, but, like everybody else, it must be in my own way. Know your own happiness. You want nothing but patience, or give it a more fascinating name, call it hope. It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. There is no charm equal to tenderness of heart. If I loved you less, I might be able to talk about it more. Good-humored, unaffected girls will not do for a man who has been used to sensible women. There are certainly not so many men of large fortune in the world as there are pretty women to deserve them. Single women have a dreadful propensity for being poor, which is one very strong argument in favor of matrimony. It is always incomprehensible to a man that a woman should ever refuse an offer of marriage. I am very much flattered by your commendation of my last letter, for I write only for fame and without any view to pecuniary emolument. People get so horridly poor and economical in this part of the world that I have no patience with them. Kent is the only place for happiness. Selfishness must always be forgiven, you know, because there is no hope of a cure. A large income is the best recipe for happiness I ever heard of. Everybody likes to go their own way, to choose their own time and manner of devotion. I am very strong. Nothing ever fatigues me but doing what I do not like. When people are waiting, they are bad judges of time, and every half minute seems like 5. A watch is always too fast or too slow. I cannot be dictated to by a watch. I knew that we should either go to the bottom together or that she would be the making of me. One man's ways may be as good as another's, but we all like our own best. At 19, you know, one does not think very seriously. What wild imaginations one forms where dear self is concerned. How sure to be mistaken. Husbands and wives generally understand when opposition will be vain. I hate to hear you talk about all women as if they were fine ladies instead of rational creatures. None of us want to be in calm waters all our lives. When pain is over, the remembrance of it often becomes a pleasure. The person, be a gentleman or lady, who has not pleasure in a good novel must be intolerably stupid. I hate tiny parties, they force one into constant exertion. Friendship is certainly the finest balm for the pangs of disappointed love. I have no notion of loving people by halves, it is not my nature.